What is up, YouTube? We are back with a live stream. Had some technical difficulties yesterday, which meant that I just pushed it back to today. But today we're going to be doing live cold calls. Calling into... Here we go, we're live. Just checking. Cool. We're going to be calling it into business owners. There's some live cold calling for about an hour on a Friday afternoon. So any questions you have, drop them in the chat about cold calling. I will give you some answers to those questions just in between calls. We're going to be blitzing the phone for an hour or so. And you can hear how I follow a process to book qualified meetings with prospects. Through identifying if they've got problems, if they want to fix their problems. And that constitutes as a qualified meeting. We'll be rigorously disqualifying people that I don't want to work with. This is a mindset I'd recommend, that ultimately the prospect is your equal. You can say no to them, they can say no to you. You've got to understand if you want to work with them. And we do that through questioning. So without further ado, I'm going to jump straight into the calls. Hello there, Shane. Thanks for tuning in. The adventure, yeah, you're right. Cold calling is an adventure. Right, the dialer's going, so we should have our first connect, I reckon, in the first 5-10 seconds or so. It's a fun of... Ooh. Hello, is that Sean?
Hello. Speaking.
Sean, it's Joe. You're probably going to hate me for this. It's actually a sales call. I'm not sure if you want to hang up or let me have 30 seconds on a Friday afternoon. It's up to you.
Depends what it's about.
Depends what it's about. 30 seconds, let's see. So I'm a one-man band telephone prospector. I get invited in by business owners who are doing well but have a couple of concerns on the new business side of things. They say, like, look, we're great when we get in front of people, but it can often be a challenge to kick down doors and get meetings in the diary. And others have worked with agencies who have just massively overpromised and underdelivered, and it's left a bit of a bad taste in their mouths. But you're probably going to tell me you don't relate to or recognise any of those, Sean, I get the feeling.
Yeah, I'm pretty overwhelmed at the moment. That's where I'm at.
Overwhelmed with too much work or overwhelmed with not enough work?
No, too much.
Too much. Wow. How are you getting your business out of interest?
It's all referral to existing client network.
Client network, referrals. Got it. And it's easy for you to make them repeatable and predictable by the sounds of it.
Yeah, mostly.
Got it. Well, sounds like you need to up your prices.
I know.
All right, Sean. Well, yeah, I know when I'm flogging a dead horse, you don't, by the sounds of it, need to get in front of anyone anyone else.
Well, to be honest, I'd be happy for you to drop your email, so I've got you. There might be some synergy there. I'm just being brutally honest. I couldn't do any more just now.
Yeah. How would you see synergy if you're so full out of interest?
Well, just the business is growing. I've got 5 contractors working for me just now, but I want to sort of build in-house more, and that will be more bread and butter clients coming in. So
you want to get more. So are you working with contractors, or you got contractors working for you currently?
I've got contractors working for me currently.
But you want to bring people in-house, start building a team and a customer base that they service rather than contractors.
Yeah.
Got it. When you say the synergy, where would you see something like this fitting in if there was synergy?
It's more just to hear like what you offer and how things work, and just obviously when I get a bit of time, I can understand it a bit more.
Okay. What is the best email for you, if you don't mind me asking?
Sure, if you try Sean, SHAUN,
Mm-hmm.
at insideandout.co.uk.
Got it. Okay. And I assume I wouldn't expect to hear back you in the near term as you're so overwhelmed with work. It's more of a mid to long term thing by the sounds of it.
Yeah, certainly the next couple of weeks I'll just back to back with meetings and work.
Okay, cool. All right, Sean, my name is Joe and I go by a Curious Idiot. I'll drop you some details.
All right. Perfect. Thank you.
Good speaking. All the best.
All right, you too. Bye bye.
Interesting one. First of all, you think he's a dead end. You dig a little bit deep, do a little bit of digging, kind of ask some questions, and there's sometimes a little way in. I'm not almost counting on him to get back to me, as it sounds like he's doing well. He's got too much work, so I wouldn't really see where the synergy is myself. But at the end of the day, it was quite a productive conversation, just from asking a few questions. What's Shane said? Davo, how you doing, mate? So I was going into my call block and my dial-up blocked me out. Well, that sucks. Just have to watch this instead, I guess. Yeah, or buy a parallel dialer. Joe is back after some technical difficulties yesterday. I am. Not good with tech. It was annoying me yesterday and I couldn't fix it on stream, so I was like, sod it. Let's do it again. Let's do it again today. And so far, so good, I think. I think you can all hear the other people. Locked in for this. Get your popcorn ready, David.
Hello.
It's a director of IT. Don't know how he's got into the list. David, I think you need to get back to work, son. Don't know how the boss would feel about you sitting in the car watching this. Oh, hello, is that G?
It is.
G, you're probably going to hate me for this. It's actually a sales call. I'm not sure if you want to hang up or let me have I can hear the disappointment.
This is my third one today, pal. You've got 5 seconds, pal.
You must have spent a lot of money today already.
No, none.
30 seconds, if it's not relevant, you can let me know, fair?
Right.
So I get invited in. I'm a one-man band telephone prospector. I get invited in by business owners who have a few challenges on the new business side of things. They say, like, look, we're great when we get in front of people, but it can often be a challenge to kick down doors and get meetings in the diary. Others have just worked with agencies or bad salespeople who have overpromised and under-delivered, and it's left a bit of a bad taste in their mouths. But I get the feeling you're probably going to tell me you don't relate to or recognise any of those things. I get the feeling.
No, I'm doing all right at the minute, pal. I think, appreciate your time. I am okay at the moment.
And when you say you're doing well, is it because you're smashing the phones yourselves, you get a load of referrals, or do you get business?
We're a tech startup. We're built differently. Our lead gen is different. In a different business, I would have been a worthwhile conversation. But we're a deep tech startup. We don't really do B2B prospecting in the traditional manner per se.
Wow, how do you acquire business out of interest?
That's giving away a playbook then.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, if you're doing really well, you got to share, surely.
No, not really.
I have to do this for a living.
Why? Yeah. We all have our demons, right? We all have our
demons. Yep. I'm a scarred child. All right, G.
Look,
have a great life.
I wish you all the best.
Thank
pal.
you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, back on it. Wow, got 5 people tuning in. Cheers, guys. Thought I'd be doing this alone. Thanks for the thank you for tuning in. Any questions, drop them in the chat. I'll answer them between dials. We're just going to rip through it, as I'm sure you're here to watch me call, rather than me just chat crap. How long am I going for? Probably I'll go till 4 o'clock ish. Probably. Omar has asked, it's always different businesses or a niche within a niche within a niche. Yes, people always coming up with new names for their businesses to how they're neat. Deep tech sounds like a kind of music. Mm. Ns, ns, ns. Don't really know what deep tech is, but sounds like he acquires his business through the dark web. What companies do I usually target? Usually companies between about 5 and 50 employees. I'll go straight to the managing director and the business owner. That's for my own business. For my clients, it varies. Some I'm speaking to finance directors of mid-market companies, CFOs of companies of about 500 to 2,000 employees. Other ones speak to MDs of businesses between 50 to 200 employees. It varies. It just depends. But for my business, it's usually the small SMB business owners. I'll have a beer waiting for you at 4 then.
Hello?
Oh, hello, is that Lucian?
Yeah.
Lucian, you're probably going to hate me for this. It's actually a sales call. I'm not sure if you want to hang up or let me have 30 seconds. Oh, he didn't want to speak to me. Sounded like he was in the pub already. Oh, hello, is that Joe?
Joe speaking. Who's calling, please?
Joe, it's Joe. You're probably going to hate me for this. It's actually a sales call. I'm not sure if you want to launch your phone out the window or let me have 30 seconds. It's up to you.
No, what's this about?
Yeah, it's a fair question. I'll summarise. If it's not relevant, let me know. So I get invited in by business owners who are growing nicely but have a few concerns when it comes to the new business piece. They say, like, look, we're great when we get in front of people, but it can often be a challenge to kick down doors and get meetings in the diary. Others have just worked with agencies who have just overpromised and underdelivered, and it's left a bit of a bad taste in their mouths. But you're probably going to tell me you don't relate to or recognise any of those. I get the feeling, Joe.
To some extent, but I'm busy at the moment. Yeah, like I said, I think I've spoken to you before, and I asked you to send me a text, but I didn't receive one.
That's strange. How long ago was that?
Probably a couple of weeks.
A couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. So just send me a text. Yeah, send me a text with your website or your email, and let's communicate that way, and let's see if you can offer some value. I don't really know. I'm thinking about a lot of stuff, but I'm very busy. So, yeah, is that okay?
Yeah, can I ask one question before you go?
Yeah.
What would value look like to you? What do you mean by value, out of interest?
It depends. I have to divulge too much. You know, that's something we are working on that's proprietary, so I can't say that at this point in time.
Is it pre-revenue?
Yeah. So, sorry?
It sounds like you're pre-revenue.
No. We're way past that. We've been on for a while. We are okay. We're way past that. So,
okay.
Yeah. So just send me a text.
I'll drop you a text.
Yeah.
All right, Joe. Good speaking, Joe. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Yep, Joe. It's Joe. Ironically. Which line of businesses, industries do you find they open up to be unsuccessful? It's not usually down to the business or industry itself. It's down to the personality type of who you're speaking to. Because this approach of being quite blunt, you're probably going to hate me, it's a sales call, works very well at decision maker level. So speaking to business owners, managing directors, people who make decisions for a living, because it's short, sharp, to the point, and it's honest. And it's like very like directional based. Where I pivot the opener is if I'm speaking to either finance leaders or cybersecurity leaders who are a bit more data driven. They need a bit more of a soft touch. They're to the point, but just this blunt level of bluntness, doesn't really suit their humour as well. So I would go in a bit softer, like, oh, it's a sales call. Do you mind if I have 30 seconds to explain why I've called, and you can let me know if it's relevant or not? So it's more down to the personality itself rather than the specific business. But, oh, hello, is that Gareth?
Yep.
Gareth, it's Joe. You're probably going to hate me for this. It's actually a sales call. I'm not sure if you want to hang up or let me have 30 seconds. It's up to you. He didn't want to speak. But the principle behind the opener, it's not what you say as much. It's how you say it, and using the pillar of disarming honesty. Tell people what you're doing to them, that it's a sales call. Own it. And then follow it with a question of permission to speak further. And there's so many different ways. You could see every sales trainer out there will give you a different way of delivering it. And they're all effective. It's just how...
Take your call right now. Just leave your message after the tone.
How you say it, who you're saying it to, and what mood that person's in. Because sometimes you can say the best opener in the world that's suited to that person, but they can just be in a crappy mood and they won't listen to you. Or they might just hate sales calls. But that's what I say. Oh, hello, is that Jack?
Yes, who's it?
Jack, it's Joe. You're probably going to hate me for this. It's actually a sales call. I'm not sure if
I won't hate you for that.
You won't hate me for it. Well, you'll be the first one today. It's up to you.
Go on.
30 seconds. If it's not relevant, you can let me know. Fair?
Sorry, what's your name again?
My name's Joe. So I get invited in by, I'm a one-man band telephone prospector. I get invited in by business owners who have a few concerns on the new business side of things. They say, like, look, we're great when we get in front of people, but it can often be a challenge to kick down doors and get meetings in the diary. Others have just...
So how old are you?
What do you mean? How old am I?
How young are you?
How young am I?
Yeah.
Have a guess. How old do I sound?
30.
Close. Close. Very close. It's a bit of a compliment. Yeah, I'm 28. Okay. What made you ask my age out of interest, Jack?
How long have you been doing this? Sorry?
What made you ask my age out of interest?
Energy, all of that. So yeah, I'm interested, Joe. Good call.
Okay, can I ask a few questions to see if it's relevant or not?
Yeah.
So out of the things I mentioned, which one stood out to you? Is it not enough meetings in the diary, or is it work with agencies who have just done a bad job before? Which one stood out to you?
I've been selling for 35 years, so both of them. Right. I've seen it all. I've paid lots of money for shit services. Clients.
Jack, it's cutting out a bit. I heard you
I'm
say...
in Saint-Tropez, mate.
Ah, you're in Saint-Tropez. I heard you say you've seen it all, you've paid money for shite services. I didn't catch anything else.
And generally, it's the same as you say. You put me in front of someone in one-to-one, I'll get the fucking deal. But getting to people now is a real fucking pain because no one picks up their phone. These emails, even if they are absolutely perfect, right? So I need to get in front of people. Okay. So I need your help.
Okay. So you're great when you get in front of people. Just getting in front of them is a real pain, as you can send a perfect email.
I know everyone that I need to in banking.
but the technologies I work with at the moment are applicable to a much wider market than banking. I've been working with banks for 35 years. I don't even know how to spell AstraZeneca or GSK, right? So I need to reach those people too. So anything Fortune 500, Fortune 250, Fortune 100, that's who I'm after.
Okay, and can I ask, what are you currently doing, or what have you previously done to get in front of these sorts of people?
Gone to conferences, hosted dinners, spoken at or done exhibitions, you name it, had SDR teams, done it all.
Okay.
And I'm 52 years old, right?
Yep.
I don't want to manage a team of sales prospectors and have to recruit and train them, then manage them and fucking fire them. So I'm done with all of that. I've had, was it £1,000 appointment on modelling? Gold is shit. So I'm interested, and this is not too far from an outsourced SDR by the sound
Yeah,
of
well,
things, but you've got a little bit of sparkle about you, so maybe you can do it.
Well, I'm flattered. It sounds like, yeah, you've got a lot of grey hairs along the way from wrestling with salespeople and crappy agencies who have just overpromised and under-delivered.
They're very right, and then the ones that are selling everything else, they're really rare. So
Yeah. So
okay,
let me ask you this, Jack. Fast forward 6-12 months. What would good look like to you? What would have changed, or what would be happening for you to say it was worth us working together?
How long? 6-12 months. So 2 leads a month that are actually turning into a decent business opportunity. So if I could increase, my pipeline at the moment is filled for about 16 to 20 opportunities.
Okay.
If I could turn that into 30 to 40, I'd be very happy.
Okay. So doubling the pipeline, and then it'll double, I'm sure, double results at the bottom as well.
I haven't got enough capacity to do more than about 40.
Okay.
40 deals at a time.
Okay.
That sounds like a lot, but that's 40 emails a week, right? So, what's that? So 6 emails a day.
Okay. So I just want to kind of parrot back what I've heard. So you've seen it all, been there, done it over the years, worked with crap salespeople, crap agencies. Emailing hasn't been as effective as of recently, but the aim is to get in front of Fortune 500, Fortune 250 companies, fill your pipeline up with opportunity, double your pipeline, and then it should double the results at the bottom. Can I ask, based on the conversation, the questions I've asked, these answers I've given, do you believe that the way that I've conducted myself could help you get in front of those sorts of people?
That's the only reason I'm speaking to you, is because you've got some chutzpah about you.
It's almost like I do it for a living, hey? So I know you're in Saint-Tropez at the moment. Is there any reason you wouldn't invest 30, 45 minutes in a conversation to explore this further?
I don't think I need to invest 35 to 40 minutes. I think you just need to send me a fucking proposal.
Tell you a proposal now?
Yeah, I know that, right? So let me ask you a few questions, right? Do I get you, or do I get your protege?
Would you want me?
I mean, that's is this call recorded? So, yeah, I mean, you remind me of myself 20 years ago, right? You're invincible, full of that. You're not offended by rejection. You're not scared of rejection. You see every phone call as an opportunity, not for rejection, but for success, right? And so you're naturally positive. And to be this positive at 3:30 on a Friday afternoon is a remarkable feat, which is why I like you. So I want to know, how many of you are there? Who do you already know that you can walk me into? How does your pricing work? What happens if you don't deliver?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, how much time do you have right now, Jack?
I'm stuck in a traffic jam on my way back to my house.
Okay.
I've got 15 minutes, but, give us a go.
Sure, I've got 5 minutes, so I'll keep it brief.
Okay.
So, if I told you I'm a one-man band, so what you hear is what you get, would that put you up?
Fine, lovely, good.
Cool. If I said my initial proposal is I'd need to sit down to understand more of the intricacies about the business to understand if I genuinely could help you. But after that did happen, my next steps I'd propose would be a taster month. That's a month of calling for you every single day. You get conversation recordings, daily updates, and proof of what I'm doing, where I'm speaking to decision makers within your market.
Yeah.
And we're looking to just work on the process.
So remind me your name. Simon, was it?
Joe. I go by a curious idiot.
Sorry, Joe. So, Joe, are these people you already know, or are you cold calling them?
What do you mean when you say people I...
Well, if you know the CISO fucking AstraZeneca, do you have him on speed dial and you're going to phone him up and ask how his family is, make sure that his team won the football, say thank you for lunch last week, and by the way, you need to speak to Jack? Or are you having to cold pitch every single time?
If I said cold pitch every single time, would that put you off?
No.
Okay.
It just means it will take longer. It means that I'm saying that if I could get 2 additional pipe opportunities a month, that would make me very happy. But if you knew everyone, you could probably do me 10 in 2 months.
Yeah.
And we'd achieve things a lot quicker. So it's just a question of how much effort you've got to put in and how long I have to wait to get work. I have no doubt whatsoever, Joe, that you'll be successful in doing this. How many other customers do you have?
So I kept myself at 4. Currently, I've got 3. So I have space for 1 client.
Who's the other 3?
The other 3? What do you want? The business names, description of the companies. What do you want?
A business name. A business name is great because if I know them, you don't need to say those words.
If I don't know them, I can then ask you what they do.
All of it is pen testing, automation, fraud prevention, authentication stuff. I have generally, right? Work with 4 decision maker for all of them. Okay. So we can have a run through on which one of these we like the look of, whether it's stock automation, pen testing, or one of the others. Which one you think you can do the best with, or which story resonates best? We lead with that, and then I can do well with the others.
Yeah, for sure.
Jack, do you have any experience with cyber?
Jack, I've got to jump for a call in 2 minutes. Would you be against setting up a short conversation at another time to explore this further, and we can really chew some fat around this?
Yeah.
For sure. Have you got your calendar there?
Text me your email address. No, I'm in the car and my Bluetooth isn't working because my car got flooded. So I'm just holding my phone up and I need to drive. So if you text me your email address, I'll email you when I get home and we'll set up time for early next week, okay?
Sounds good, Jack. So, yep, okay, I'll drop you a text on this number. I'll do it after my meeting and then we can set up a call next week.
Okay.
Last thing for me, if I don't, as a good old-fashioned, I've got to make sure I do what I preach. If I don't hear back from you, what should I do? Should I follow up? Should I assume the message wasn't received? Or should I assume it was a polite way of saying, go away, never bother me again?
Time to waste.
For sure. Cool. All right, Jack, I'll drop you an email shortly. Enjoy Saint-Tropez. Thank you. Wow. That was interesting. It sounded like he would have signed up to me there and then on the phone. But It's funny when you actually kind of get someone talking and they've bought into you, and you're actually the one pushing them to, like, okay, we need to wrap things up and jump on a call another time. So, yeah, I have no doubt that dropping him a text, we're going to be sitting down next week to discuss this. So, yeah, it's amazing what you do. Is the manner that you conduct yourself on the phone, people judge you off, and once they start talking, they want to tell you their life story. So, yeah, what have I missed out on the chat? Whilst I was sorting. He's in Saint-Tropez. I get 65% pitch to opening using this opener. Yeah, just be honest with people. That's what I say. Everyone hides away from the fact of being honesty, that you actually is a bit of a differentiator when you are. I've played a lot with the opener, trust me, but this one is that good. Yeah, I agree, Omar. Yep, Shane, been doing it for a week. Right now I'm seeing manual dialing is annoying. What dialer do you use? I haven't fallen... Yeah, I mean, I'd recommend a parallel dialer when you can justify the investment. Sometimes when money's tighter at the start, you just have to suck up the fact that you've got to wait whilst you're waiting to get connect. But a parallel dialer just massively speeds up the time that you spent waiting between calls, as long as you've got enough data to do that, to just be able to spin the wheel. I'm obsessed with the fact that communication questioning can lead to more dollars in your pocket. Well, yes. The way that you act and behave, you get treated differently, and ultimately you get different outcomes and paid for it. So it's interesting. Your job is to get to the truth, and you do that through questioning, and people seem to love it. So we're watching him almost close now. Yeah, it's funny when you're calling on live streams, because you got to get trying to get the balance of a good show, good calls, but then people. I don't want the whole show to be like an hour-long call with someone who wants to buy the services there and then. So I was like, we'll wrap it up there and move on. But I have no doubt he's going to book in, because he was very emotional, very frustrated, motivated, and bought into me. If he doesn't, so what? Will you find yourself in Hereford? You will find yourself in Hereford with the parallel dialer. It's not to be taken lightly. It's great. Joe, how do you pick people to you work with based on what? Based on someone taught me a little framework a while ago. It's, can I help you? Do I want to help you? Do you have the time, money, and resources to let me help you? So, can I help you? It actually massively helps with your position. You've got to be listening, and based on your own past experience, what you think of their offering, it kind of determines whether you actually want to help them or not. Do they actually have a problem? Are they going to be invested in wanting to actually fix this? Are they going to be bought in? Or is it just like they're treating you just like a hired help? You've got to answer those questions to yourself. And the more people you work with, the more people you learn about how you can and can't, who you do and don't want to help. So it's just a trial and error thing. You don't know until you tried. So you never really know someone until you've known them after about 6 weeks. So I look at the person themselves, and then I look at their offering, who they're selling to. Do they understand the problems they help people fix? And do I genuinely believe I can get meetings for them? And if they tickle them boxes, I'll work with them. If not, I'll tell them honestly. Or I'll send them to my competitors if they're really annoying.
After the beep.
After you've finished your message.
Because then they can go annoy them instead of wasting my time. But in terms of picking people, you want to get as many meetings as you can, so spend as much time prospecting, because you want choice. You want to decide who you want to work with.
Ransom, can't take your call at the moment, but please leave a message and I will phone you back.
Name and reason for calling. I'll see if this person is available.
Hello, can you hear me? 1 second, honey. 1 second.
Thanks. Please stay on the line.
It's just one of the tactics to get past the call screening. It's a little bit of confusion. Don't sound like a salesperson. See if it works. It might do, might not. Might not be by his phone. Might be in a meeting.
I'm sorry.
Sounds like you know exactly who your competitors are. Yeah, I don't pay too much attention to... again, competitor's a strong word. I know he used it. I don't really see people as competitors because...
Hello.
Oh, hello. Is that Dennison?
Who's speaking, please?
Dennison, it's Joe. You're probably going to hate me for this. It's actually a sales call. I'm not sure if you want to hang up or let me have 30 seconds. It's up to you.
No, not really, love. I'm really sort of quite busy. I got a little toddler here and I'm really busy. So sorry.
Oh, parent duties.
Okay. Thanks.
Right. So she was actually quite clever there. I said, "Is that Dennison?" And she said, "Who's speaking, please?" So she actually reversed me and she didn't actually answer her question. So she could have come back after I said it's Joe and you're probably going to hate me as a sales call. She could have come back and gone, "This isn't Dennison." And then I'd be fighting an uphill battle. Big Meachams has said, more time on calls is what we want, lol. Seeing how you deal with their questions and statements in real time is the money. Yeah. That's how I learnt. Watch people. Watch what they do and what they say. And try and repeat it. There's this guy out there who says success leaves clues. So just follow the clues of what other people are doing. Turn it into a strategy. Oh, hello, is that Thomas?
Speaking.
Thomas, it's Joe. You're probably going to hate me for this. It's actually a sales call. I'm not sure if you want to hang up on a Friday afternoon or let me have 30 seconds.
Yeah, no, I've got a lot going, Joe. If you could send me an email, my email is thomasnaylor.hypho.co.
Is that a polite way of saying go away, never bother me again?
Yes. I don't want to have calls.
You could say that instead if you want, Thomas. I have no feelings.
Okay, thank you. Well, you could be an AI bot, but I don't think you are. Anyway, have a nice day.
Take care. Thank you.
Goodbye.
When you get send me an email right at the start like that before they've even heard anything, that is the biggest indicator that it's a fob off. Because they don't even know what you do. So challenge it. Oh, hello, is that Charlie?
Yes, speaking.
Charlie, you're probably going to hate me for this. It's actually a sales call. I'm not sure if you want to hang up or let me have 30 seconds. It's up to you.
Go on, you've got 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Let's see. So I'm a one-man band telephone prospector. I get invited in by business owners who have a couple of concerns on the new business side of things. They say, like, look, we're great when we get in front of people, but it can be challenging to kick down doors and get new appointments in the diary. And others have just worked with agencies who have overpromised and underdelivered, and it's left a bit of a bad taste in their mouths. But you're probably going to tell me you don't relate to or recognise any of those, Charlie, I get the feeling. Did anyone else just hear his dog barking in the background? It's like he ran off the phone. Very odd. Sounded like his dog bit him or something. Did I used to listen to other people's live streams? No, there's never really been any live streams, so no. I've just watched other videos of people cold calling on YouTube in the past.
How can I help you?
Oh, hello. That's not Malcolm, is it?
It is indeed, yeah.
Malcolm, it's Joe. You're probably going to hate me for this. It's actually a sales call. I'm not sure if you want to hang up or let me have 30 seconds. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll hang up. Thanks very much
I can
indeed.
hear the disappointment. Is it a bad time or do you hate sales calls, may I ask?
I hate sales calls, and I'm sitting in an airport. So last thing I want to do.
Imagine doing them for a living.
I know, I do. That's what I do.
Oh, you do them for a living as
Take
well.
care for now. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Can I ask one thing before you go?
Yeah, go.
You don't have any like-minded business owners who perhaps are struggling on the new business side of things that could do with a cold caller from a one-man band telephone prospector, do you?
Not that I know of at this moment in time. My brain's pretty switched off to it now.
Pretty switched off.
Thanks for your time. You take care and good luck as well. Cheers. Bye-bye.
You could be an AI bot. Do I even respond to this quick? I usually go back saying I'm not sure if that's a compliment or an insult, which they usually chuckle at. It's like, well, I've been called a lot worse. Just got to do something that, because they're questioning in their head if you are an AI bot when you say it. So you've got to kind of just throw a pattern breaker of a question in that shows you're not not an AI. Oh, hello, is that Steve?
It is, yeah.
Steve, it's Joe. You're probably going to hate me for this. It's actually a sales call. I'm not
All right,
sure
okay.
I can hear the disappointment. Not sure if you want to hang up or let me have 30 seconds. It's up to you.
I'll give you 30 seconds. Go.
30 seconds. So I'm a one-man band telephone prospector. I get invited in by business owners who have a couple of concerns on the new business side of things. They say, like, look, we're great when we get in front of people, but it can often be a challenge to kick down doors, get meetings in the diary. Others
Right, I'll stop you. We only deal with the police and the prison service.
Oh, wow. I imagine they don't like cold calls, do they?
Well, they don't know. No.
Have you ever tried?
So I know we only do. For customers.
Oh, sorry, it cut out then. I didn't quite catch that.
Yeah, so we don't actually go out and sell stuff. It's for the printing business, they come to us.
Oh, wow.
And for the prison service, we get specified.
Is that RFP tender sort of?
Yeah, so it's once we get specified by the like the architect, then it drips all the way down. So we don't really need to go. It's only a small sort of, only 43 police forces, and we're in with them all. So.
Got it. So you genuinely don't have any concerns on the new business side?
No, none at all.
Wow.
No.
I'm in the wrong business.
Well, it's a very niche market. There's only a few select manufacturers. Once you've got all the certifications and everything, then you're flying. But to actually get the certifications that's the hard thing.
Wow. Can I come work for you, Steve? Sounds
no,
easy.
No, there's two of us. We don't need anyone.
Come on, you've got to share.
No. It's quite a niche business. So we're doing all right. We're quite happy. We don't want any more work.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
All right, Steve. Thank you very much.
All right, don't worry, mate. Bye.
Bye. So, how do you... That's a nice pitch, even if they don't give you 30 seconds. Yeah, I assume you're referring to the one that didn't want to hear me out, and then you go in with one last question and just ask for a referral, but then you sort of pitch your services anyway. It's almost like one last bite of the apple. You got to, like... You do a pitch through your final question, if they don't hear you out. Because they'll say, oh yeah, sure, go on, one last question. And then you fire it away. How do you control your emotions when things go quick like that? Go quick like what? Remind me what happened, Shane? I'm surprised a salesman does not want to hear a cold caller. I know. It's the biggest sense of irony of the century. They love making sales, but they hate taking sales calls. It's hypocrisy. Thanks to all those tuning in, by the way. We're up to 8 viewers, which is impressive. Buzzing. For those who are tuning in recently, what you've missed is we've had 7 conversations. One was a sort of accidental follow-up call.
Thanks.
After you've finished your message, just hang up. Or to hear more options.
One was an accidental follow-up call of someone saying, yeah, we spoke a couple of weeks ago, send me a text and we can set something up. Another one was a meeting booked where the guy actually wanted to sign me up there and then, but I had to push him offline. So we didn't run a whole sales call on this. So yeah, I'm going to be sending him a text after, and we're going to get some time set up next week. It was quite a detailed conversation. So go back and watch that after this is finished. And then I've had someone that's referrals they've asked me to send them an email, which I'm not sure if I'll do. And then a few people just say not interested, or they're just in niches that they're happy with new business. So it's not bad effort for, what is that, 45 minutes of calling. You can achieve quite a lot.
Phone, I'm not available at the minute, but if you'd like to leave a message...
Just from ringing up, speaking to decision makers and performing. It's quite easy. So go out there and try it, instead of watching this stream and procrastinating. I know what you're doing. Should be out there hitting the phones. Oh, hello, is that Anthony?
It's Antoine, yeah.
Antoine, my fault, that's my dyslexia. Antoine, it's Joe. You're probably going to hate me for this. It's actually a sales call. Oh, I'm not sure if you want to hang up or let me have 30 seconds on a Friday afternoon. It's up to you.
No, I don't think so. What are you selling?
If I told you I'm a one-man band telephone prospector, I get invited in by business owners who are growing nicely but have a few concerns on the new business piece of the puzzle.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, Joe. I don't need any telephone services right now. Thank you, though.
Fair enough. Can I ask one thing before you go? Interesting. He said no to the pitch, but then said, what is it you do? So I was like, sod it, we're going to the pitch. My dyslexia. Yeah. It's a bit of a it's a bit of a safety net question. Sorry, my dyslexia. And it's very hard for them to challenge back. I'm not actually dyslexic, but I've said it so many times that I'm almost starting to believe for myself that I am dyslexic.
Speaking.
Oh, hello, is that Ian?
Speaking, yes.
Ian, it's Joe. You're probably going to hate me for this. It's actually a sales call. I'm not sure if you want to hang up or let me have 30 seconds on a Friday afternoon.
How can I help?
I can hear the disappointment. 30 seconds. If it's not relevant, let me know.
Well, it's all right. I'm sitting in a tent in the Shropshire Hills, so, you know.
Oh, sorry, I missed that. You're in the Shropshire Hills?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, I'll take a sales call.
Wow, I don't want to ruin the view for you, but I'll sum it up. So I get invited in by MDs and business owners who are growing nicely but have a few concerns on the new business side of things. They say, like, look, we're great when we get in front of people, but it can sometimes be quite challenging to kick down doors and get new business meetings in the diary. And others have just worked with agencies who have overpromised and underdelivered, and it's left a bit of a bad taste in their mouths. But you're probably going to tell me you don't relate to or recognise any of those things, Ian, I get the feeling.
We're quite happy, yeah. We're actually we've got a good client base, and we're just servicing them basically now. We're not looking to grow particularly at the moment.
Wow.
So we're all good, thanks.
Wow, it sounds like a nice lifestyle business for you.
That's it.
So under no circumstances whatsoever, you don't want any new business?
Not at the moment, no.
Fair enough. Last thing from me then, what would have to change or what would have to happen for you to want new business opportunities in your diary?
If we were to leave some of the clients we've got, but it's unlikely in the near future.
You don't foresee that happening?
So we're all good at the moment. Yeah, not in the near future, no.
Well, it sounds like things just genuinely couldn't be better for you.
So, yeah. Enjoy your Friday afternoon.
No problem. Enjoy the Shropshire Hills.
Will do. Bye for now.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what you just call someone who's very content. Just happy as Larry with their lifestyle business. Don't need anything, no problems. Just ticking along. And has got to the point where he wants to with his business, and there's nothing you can say or do that can convince them. So that is a nicely disqualified prospect. That's what we like. When it's nice and smooth like that, we just want to get to the truth. Challenge it a few times, understand if what they're saying is genuinely true. by pushing them away, asking no-orientated questions. This opener can make some people go crazy sometimes. Yeah, they either love it or they hate it. But you're giving them the option to hang up, so if they want to hang up, they can. Oh, hello, is that Stuart?
Speaking.
Stuart, it's Joe. You're probably going to hate me for this. It's actually a sales call. Not sure if you want to hang up and enjoy your weekend or let me have 30 seconds. It's up to you.
You can tell me what you're selling, and then I'll probably hang up.
30 seconds. If it's not relevant, press that receiver and press it really hard. So I'm a one-man band telephone prospector. I get invited in by business owners who are growing nicely but have a few concerns on the new business piece of the puzzle. They say, like, look, we're great when we get in front of...
Not interested.
Not interested?
I'm not interested. Thanks.
Can I ask one thing before you go?
Go on, then.
Is that because you get so much work through referrals? Is it because it's a lifestyle business, or is it because you hit the phones yourself?
No, it's because we sell we sell tickets to events, and therefore we deal with the general public. So it's not business.
That must be really easy to get new business then.
Not interested. Well, it helps. Anyway, thank you.
No problem.
Bye.
Well, I'm glad I asked, because if he'd recognised them, he would have been pretty swiftly disqualified after, because selling tickets to the general public is not something that my services can necessarily help with. So for those who are just tuning in, feel free to ask any questions in the chat about sales in your world. For those that don't know as well, I also do one-to-one cold calling coaching. So you can email me below if you want to have a chat about that. Learn to book qualified meetings on the phone. Overcome challenges with mindsets or procrastination with picking up the phone. Or just get more skill and more control over your cold calls. So emails below. Also post content around it on my channel as well. So check it out. Oh, hello, is that Angie?
Who's that?
Angie, it's Joe. You're probably going to hate me for this. It's a dreaded sales call on a Friday afternoon. I'm not sure if you want to hang up or let me have 30 seconds. It's up to you.
No, sorry, I'm busy.
I can hear the disappointment. Is it a really bad time or do you hate sales calls?
Both.
Both. Well, imagine doing them for a living, hey? When is better to call you back out of interest?
What is it for?
Yeah, fair question. Shall I sum it up? And if it's of no relevance, I won't call you again. Is that fair?
Quickly.
So I'm a one-man band telephone prospector. I get invited in by business owners who are growing nicely but have a few concerns on the new business piece of the puzzle. They say, look, they're great when they get in front of people, but if they're honest, they struggle to get enough appointments in the diary. Others have worked with agencies who have just overpromised and underdelivered, and it's left a bit of a bad taste in their mouths. But you're probably going to tell me you don't relate or recognise any of those, I get the feeling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Where did you get my number from, but just out of interest, please?
So I buy data and your name was on a list of B2B contact database. Does that surprise you?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it does.
Got it. But you just genuinely don't relate to or recognise any of those things by the sounds of it?
No.
Fair enough.
Thanks anyway, I do have to go now. Thanks very much.
Have a great life.
Bye.
Thank you. Just logging me notes, keeping them up to date. Elvis the Parrot has asked, what is it you're selling? What is that you're selling? What do you mean by that, Elvis? Shane has said, was it a female? Was a female? I believe so, but you know it's 2026, so you never know. You never know. Could be, couldn't be, we don't know. Right, next call. Should have a connect in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nope. Come on, dialer. You got this. Oh, is that Philip?
Yeah, speaking.
Philip, you're probably going to hate me for this. It's a dreaded sales call, Friday afternoon.
You know what? The amount of salespeople who phone me with that opening pitch now, it must be a new one for you guys.
Wow, you must have spent a lot of money from that opener.
Yeah.
So, would you rather leave it here, or would you rather I try... He's gone. See, it's interesting. Some people say they've heard that opener lots of times and are fed up with it. And you've got other people who have heard it for the first time. Sounded like he was just having a bad afternoon, to be honest. They hear a 30-second pitch, but ask by the phone to get my number. What is it I'm selling? So on this live stream, I'm a one-man band telephone prospector. So I help book meetings for my clients, but obviously these calls are for my agency, as I can't stream the calls I do on behalf of my clients. So this is more for like, and I don't want to say entertainment because it's probably quite boring. More for educational purposes. For oh, hello, is that Scott? Scott, it's Joe. You're probably going to hate me for this. It's actually a sales call. I'm not sure if you want to hang up or let me have 30 seconds. It's up to you.
What kind of sales?
Sorry, I missed that.
What kind of sales?
I'll sum it up. If it's not relevant, let me know. So I'm a one-man band telephone prospector. I get invited in by business owners who are growing nicely but have a few concerns on the new business side of things. They say, like, look, we're great when we get in front of people, but it can be challenging to kick down doors and get appointments in the diary. Others have just worked with agencies who have just overpromised and underdelivered, and it's left a bit of a bad taste in their mouths. But you're probably going to tell me, Scott, you don't relate to or recognise any of those, and life's stress-free, I get the feeling.
I'm going to be honest with you. I am currently on Mallorca, sitting in the remainder of the sun. So if you want to send me an email, that's very welcome. And I shall actually respond to you, of course. But for the moment, I've got to let you go.
Yeah, it sounds like you're in a completely different headspace from business right now.
That's right. So thanks very much, and I will look forward to seeing your email.
Oh, did you want to give me your email?
Sure, if you have the number, you have the email.
Oh, I don't actually. That's surprising.
All right. It's scott@skybook.com. Right. Thanks so much.
No problem. See, that was just a bit of a trap, just to kind of articulate the point to you guys that when people say send me an email, they often don't mean it because they're about to hang up without giving you the email. So, so they're clearly not that motivated to even give you the email in the first place. So they don't really want to see anything. So it shows it is usually a polite way of saying go away. The sad part of this is life is almost over. What is that? This live is almost over. I thought your life is almost over. I was like, crikey. How long have you been in sales? I'm just getting into recruitment. Watching this is quite helpful. So technically, I've been in sales for about 5 years, but using this approach and this start, I've been running my own prospecting agency now for the last 3 years, coming up to. And in the last 3 to 4 months, as alongside my agency, I've started coaching salespeople to become more comfortable on the phone and cold call like this. Joe, have you got beef with Wham? No, I don't. I sort of know the guy. I know of the guys. They're really good at what they do. I don't have beef with them whatsoever. I admire anyone that does this as a business because it takes a lot of resilience to do. Just cold calling all day, and they're both very good at what they do. Oh, hello, is that Danny? Oh, he's gone. It's always a funny outcome to challenge people. Yeah. Always a funny outcome to challenge people. Yeah, you just got to keep digging. Fortunately, we live in a world where salespeople aren't really trusted, so prospects lie to protect themselves. So we need to just challenge, dig, show we're different through the questions we ask, and demonstrate that we can be trusted. We do that through asking challenging questions, empathizing, speaking about problems, and trying to be as intelligent as possible, but not through vomiting on them about how great we are, but just empathizing with their problems and showing we understand. Right, it's 4 o'clock now, and I've got a dash in a minute, so I'm going to do one more cold call. So any final questions anyone's got before I dip, ask them in the chat. Oh, hello, is that Vladimir? Oh, hello, is that Shakatula?
Speaking, how can I help?
Shakatula, it's Joe. I'll hold my hands up. Sales call Friday afternoon. Do you mind if I have 30 seconds to explain why I called you?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
So I'm a one-man band telephone prospector. I get invited in by business owners who are growing nicely but have a few concerns on the new business piece of the puzzle. Some say like, look, we're great when we get in front of people, but it can often be a challenge to kick down doors and get meetings in the diary. Others have just tried working with agencies, but they've overpromised and underdelivered, and it's left a bit of a bad taste in their mouths. But you're probably going to tell me you don't relate to or recognise any of those, Shakatula, I get the feeling.
Mm-hmm. Well, we don't do any of the cold calling or anything like that, but I can understand what you mean by that. Agencies could be a bit like don't care kind of attitude. So go, tell me, explain to me how does it work with yourself?
Okay, yeah, happy to do so. So, if I told you I'm a one-man band telephone prospector, so almost what you see is what you get. I'd pick up the phone, book meetings for you, and speak to ideal clients. Let me ask you this: when you say you don't do any of the calling and agencies can be a little bit erratic, what do you mean? What's happened?
To be honest, in the past, when we needed to do any of the cold callings, we have come across issues where the prospects were not really, to be honest, aligned. And when we get to the meetings, we discover that they were basically told different things and brought into a call where we both felt trapped in that call for 15 minutes, trying to get rid of each other. So these are the common issues which I'm pretty sure you're aware of.
Yeah, sounds frustrating. Sounds like you work with some cowboys.
Yeah, let's call it that. But what? So one other thing in general we have issue with is as well basically is calling and getting a meeting in the diary is not something which we are looking at the moment now. There is a product coming up on it's on horizon, maybe end of the year or something. We might look into getting to cold calling again, but we're not looking at just getting the meeting in the diary kind of thing.
Yeah,
We're looking for a
it sounds
partner
like you
to
want
sort of
qualified meetings.
yeah. So no, not even just qualified. To be honest, it's taking it to that little bit of a shady area which falls between the marketing and sales kind of things. Now, I don't know if you are doing anything like that, or is it just basically qualified sales for the diary?
What do you mean by shady area between sales and marketing? What do you mean?
So you see the little thing about when we have the marketing, and cold calling is one of the tools, of course, for getting those leads and hot leads to then for the sales to close them. Yeah.
Hot leads to sign up.
Sorry, was that?
Did you say hot leads to sign up and close?
So yeah, so it's hot leads for a salesperson to then work on and close, basically.
Okay.
But then there has been that little area where basically the salesperson will say, well, they're not very qualified lead, and then the marketing person says, well, no, they are very well qualified. So we are looking at getting it to a step further, so a partner who can actually understand what product we are working on. So let's say if it is a 3-step call, we want at least the 2 steps to be done by the people who are doing the calls. Now, let's say if the 3rd step is the full sign up, and the first 2 steps are for the people to understand what the product is, then we really want a partner to sort of understand what the product is, which is being discussed with a client. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so it sounds like you want to eliminate the blame game from having multiple sales reps or partners who are each blaming each other for either the quality of the lead or etc. So you want all the steps to be done by one agency, so they are held accountable for this. Is that a fair summary?
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah.
Okay. So, out of interest, what are the 3-step process that you need to go through to go from marketing through to business? What are those steps?
I'm just summarizing it into 3 steps. Sometimes, I mean, a lead could be, will probably need more work and more warming up before they can close. I understand all of that. It's just that someone was mentioning that. But let's, for example, let's talk about what. So you're part at the moment. You're saying is that look, we will get a qualified lead. If I told you, let's say for the sake of this new product which we have got, let's say going into the market, yeah.
Yeah.
If I want a person who is running an institution, let's say, and we want them to use our platform for managing their staff and their students. Now, if we say that qualified lead is basically someone who is running an institution or is a decision maker in an institution to actually use our platform, okay? Now it's very, if you could probably say that, look, here is a head teacher or a deputy or a person within a school who is able to make that decision. You give us that call there, which is fair enough. If you've done that part, then your job is done. But what if we were discussing a little bit more on this proposal to say, look, we are very happy to explain to you what our product is all about, and what we are looking for is that next step. If they're happy to just sort of take you on, trial it, or maybe sign up to the product. Would that be something which you guys will be inclined to work on those bases?
When you say you guys, who are you referring to? Are you referring to me?
Okay, I know you mentioned that you're just with you just yourself.
Yeah, would that put you off if it was just me and I was able to do that? Would that put you off?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
Well, look, Shakati,
yeah. I'm result driven. When I talk, I'm talking about results. If we gain results and we have something agreed, then of course I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Look, at this stage, I'll be honest with you, I don't know enough about you, your business, and the setup of how you've done things to say that I definitely can help you. But I've helped a lot of people in this situation who are perhaps been burnt by people before, people who have played the blame game, or people who have promised them that they could get a lot of meetings, but then have delivered them just unqualified tat with people who don't want to be there. Let's pretend I could help you and you saw something and you genuinely believed it. Is there any reason you wouldn't invest 30 minutes in a conversation to explore this further? And if you don't like what you hear on that, you could throw me out at the end of the meeting.
No, not at all. Not at all. We can have 30 minutes, but what I would say is it would be a better use of our time when we are a little bit more ready for
it sounds like it's quite early
this
days.
to go live. Yeah, it's quite early days. To be honest, we're still beta testing and stuff at the moment. So we're looking at, let's say, towards the other half of the year, late other half of the year, I would say.
Okay. End of the
So
year.
we're talking about September, October kind of thing.
Okay. So if we were to set something up, when would you want that to be? Or would you not?
I would say if we can set something up in around September, but then again, the diary could change very rapidly
like
for
a lot
that.
could change
Would it
between
be
now and
better to just
September.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to save your number, and what was your name?
My name's Joe.
Joe. What I'll do is, Joe, if I will save your number just so that I do pick up your call when you call me again.
Are you on LinkedIn?
I am on LinkedIn, definitely. I'm on LinkedIn.
Would you be against me connecting with you on LinkedIn?
No, not at all. Let's connect on that one.
Cool. I just pinged you a connection.
Yeah,
Because
cool,
what I'm
no
hearing is
problem.
it's too early. There's so much can change between now and September, and this feels just like a bit of an idea you're floating around with, not real commitment of what you know what you want to do in terms of your outbound strategy to get qualified meetings in the diary.
Yes, that's correct. Because of course, this thing is, once we have the product and we know that some people have tested it, and we know that now we are bringing it down, to the market. That's when we will talk about what our marketing strategies will be. And one of this, and what I liked about your call, I wouldn't really spend more than a minute on this call. But what you told me is that, look, you are the person who is going to be delivering this, which means I'm talking to an accountable person, which is what I like, and and that's why we're still talking.
Oh, you said you
didn't like
it.
It would be a good idea to then catch up once once we are at that stage where we can have a conversation to say.
And what I'm hearing is it doesn't sound like there's much of a rush to launch this product by the sounds of things.
There is no rush, but it's where there is steps which we need to cover before we can get to the stage. The deadline is not before the September, so that's what I can say. We haven't really put a hard deadline on it. We want to see how, basically, because the thing is, if we had a launch ready, and it's not at a stage where we can comfortably say that, look, now we can put in a launch date, basically.
For sure. All right. Well, I think that we should probably leave things here. Is what I'm hearing is that you're making a lot of progress, but there's a lot of steps that need to be taken before you can even think about how you're going to start getting qualified meetings in the pipeline.
Yes, correct. That's correct. But what we can do is, of course, we can have a little phone call catch up around September time, and I think the moment the way things stand, it seems like we can have this conversation, the 30 minutes around that time.
For sure. All right. Well, I look forward to it. It's been good speaking, and yeah, good luck with the product development, and yeah, we'll speak in September time.
Definitely, Joe. Thank you very much for calling, Joe.
No problem. All the best. Have a good weekend.
You too. Have a good weekend.
It's interesting, wasn't it? He was a bit skeptical at the beginning, and then he went through fair few questions with him. I just felt like it was a little bit too early. Where it's like, what comes first, pipeline or product? And for him, it feels like the pipeline definitely comes first. No, pipeline, the product definitely comes first. God, my brain's starting to feel it a bit now on a Friday afternoon. Starting to stumble over my words. What have I missed on the chat? So I'm going to wrap up in a second. So I'm just going to catch up on any questions or any comments that have been posed in the chat. If anyone has any final questions, let me know. But we'll be ending the stream in a second. For just a shameless plug, I've started doing a lot of one-to-one coaching to help people become more confident on the phone, to stop procrastinating. If you are looking to learn to cold call, to book appointments, please drop me an email in the description and we can speak about it. Cool. Have you tried pizza topping, or how do you like meat down when you ask? Or how do you like meat down when you ask to send an email? No, I don't tend to talk about pizza toppings on these calls. LMO, is he trying talk about pizza? Bit of a pattern interrupting itself. LMO, he's trying to close you for a meeting, not the other way around. Yeah, you push them away a little bit, and then they usually come bouncing back. The power of creating urgency through questions in the script is just too good. Yeah, we'll take it. Nice follow-up for the pipeline. Yeah. Hello from Top of the Rock. Hello, Top of the Rock. I remember you guys. Right, that is me done. Feel free to check out my other cold calling videos on my channel. I'm starting to do some more explainers as well as the content, just to show you, rather than just show you the how, I want to actually explain what it is I'm doing at each stage of the process. So check out the videos. Shameless plug to subscribe if you want, like the video, whatever you want. Block me as well if you want. And yeah, have a great weekend, guys. Thank you so much for